Go Rainbow here, and I have got a little something different for today. This is a list of weird things that I do that I'm sure nobody else does. This is just my list of things that I think are kind of out of the ordinary and maybe not everyone does, but you know what? Prove me wrong. If you do some of these weird things or feel like sharing your own things, then tell me in the comment section below, and maybe we can all join and come together in our weirdness, and we can all just feel comfort that we're not alone in this weird and crazy world full of weird and crazy people. Let the weirdos unite! But without further ado, I guess we better get straight into this list. And if you're wondering why I look so dressed up today, it's because I had a little event to go to earlier today and I just didn't feel like changing. Yeah, of course I have a social life. Don't give me that look. So have you ever had those days where you just feel kind of down and out of it? Maybe you're sad for some reason, disappointed, just kind of down and sad and whatever. Have you ever had those days? Because I have. Do you know what I do during those days? I don't just sit in a corner and cry to myself. No, my mirror is my best friend here. Do you know what I do? I like to give myself inspiring pep talks in the mirror when I'm feeling sad. Honestly, it's not even just when I'm sad. It's not just inspiring pep talks. It can be like theological arguments. It can be literally anything. As long as there's a mirror in front of me, I'm gonna talk to it because that's just kind of the weirdo that I am. A lot of times it'll go a little something like this. I know you're disappointed. I know you're upset. It's just, there's no reason for you to be upset over this. It just didn't work out, and it's fine, you know? You should be out there and doing fun stuff, talking to people, I don't know, something. Instead you just talking to yourself. Why are you talking to yourself? You can't be this upset. Why are you even this upset? Stop crying, it's not worth it! Or sometimes it'll go like this. I know what you're thinking. Why is that even important? Well, I'll tell you why it's important. It's because this isn't just an issue about what I think and what you don't think. This is something much bigger than yourself. We'll just figure it out yourself one day. Piece it together. But I'm telling you, there's something bigger out there. Something bigger than ourselves, bigger than you could ever imagine. And if you don't believe me, then I won't force you to. It's up to you now. Yep, I think it's no secret that the mirror is my best friend, since the second thing that I'm about to share with you also has something to do with the mirror. Though this time it isn't really arguing with anyone. It's more of a drama? Yeah, I'm kind of a theater kid, and while I'm not overly dramatic all of the time, I do bring my fair share of drama to the table. And to the mirror. Why do you have to do this to me? Have I not suffered enough for you? Have I not risked everything for you? What more do you want me to do? Do you even care? I always think things are going to be different, but they never are. They never are. You treat me the same way you have before. You say you'll change. You say you'll be different, but you're not. You're just not. Goodbye. And I will never forget. You took the last cookie from the jar. Goodbye. Next one, and I promise this is the last one that has to do with the mirror, is, well, more arguing. I guess I really like to argue. I guess this one doesn't actually have to be done in the mirror. It can be done literally anywhere. It just always helps to have a mirror right there. But it's honestly giving arguments or speeches to people that I actually know in real life, but they're not necessarily things that I would ever have the guts to actually tell them face to face in real life. It may go a little something like this. Alright, listen, I know you're just trying to be a good friend, and you want to just look out for me. But I hate to say you're being annoying. I know you're just trying to help, but the truth is, I can't just keep doing everything as long as it has your approval. I need to be able to live my own life. Listen, Stephanie, I know you're sensitive about these sorts of things. But the truth is, you're being clingy, and I don't mean to sound mean, but there are better ways to handle this situation, I'm sure. You can't just run my life like it's yours. That's not how it works. You need to learn to back off. Stephanie, I appreciate that you're just trying to help me, but the truth is, you're not helping me. In fact, you're actually hurting me. And I just don't think it would be a good idea for us to even talk to each other anymore. That's that. Okay, well, that was a little bit dramatized, but you get the idea. I'm just kind of talking as if the person was there, but they're not, and it's just me. But just so you know, if your name is Stephanie, or if I meet anyone named Stephanie in the real life, I would totally not treat them this way. I'm sure you're a great person, Stephanie, whoever you may be. I'm sure you're not too clingy and annoying like fake Stephanie is. Well, this is a fun one. Here's probably one of the more stranger things on the entire list. Now I'm sure when we were all little and we all had little stuffed animals to play with, we loved to name our little toys. You know, they were really close to us. We treated them like kings and queens, like they were actually pets. And we just loved them. We slept with them every night. They kept the monsters out of the closet. Wait, what? Well, let me tell you, not only do I still love my stuffed animals to death, and give them cutesy little names and stuff like that, I do much more. My stuffed animals tend to have intimate personalities, deep backstories, and supernatural powers. Take this little gem for example. This is Olivia. She has a very fiery and personality, has a short temper, and you know, she has a lot of brothers and sisters. She loves to go on adventures, and oh yeah, she can also conduct flames from her little paws. Cute, but deadly. Or Kenya over here is a little tiger cub whose parents possibly died in a tragic event, and because all of the lions were somehow rid in the entire jungle, she's now the queen of the entire jungle. And she also shoots fire from her paws. Just a couple examples on how weird things can get in my town that I call Animalville. Do I have a problem? Another super weird thing I do is clean. For fun. It's true, I like to clean and organize things just for the pure joy of doing it. Why, you ask? I have no idea. Maybe it has to do with my pet peeve of unorganized people and how they can just leave everything everywhere and they're totally fine with it. I guess I understand if it's like unorganized but they still know where everything is. I mean, that's organization in a way. But I mean, organizing things just makes me feel so happy. And tell me I'm not an alien, because honestly, I may not believe you. Maybe I'm not even an alien. Do aliens like to clean things for fun? What am I? And the last weird thing that I do that I'm sure nobody else does is love balloons. I can already hear you. What's so weird about loving balloons? Like, you know, I loved balloons when I was a kid, and it's not even just, oh yeah, I'm childish because I still love balloons. Pretty much anyone loves floaty things. I mean, it's like magic, am I right? No, I'm not talking about any kind of love. I'm not talking about platonic love up in here. I'm talking about love, like connected souls love. I think it's time, it's about time, to tell you all the story. The story of Kel Leck. I was in a play at my high school. It was a radio play, and we had to perform all the sound effects, not only by hand, but on stage, in front of everyone. One sound effect required a balloon, a blown-up balloon. I blew Kel into being with my own 2 lips. When it turned out the balloon wouldn't actually work for what we needed it to do, well, I took him in as my own. When all hope seemed lost, when everyone else had abandoned him, I took Kel in. I drew a face on him, and I loved him harder than he had ever been loved in his little balloon life. And he loved me back. I know, because he said so. Kel was a very loyal balloon. He watched us every rehearsal. And he was there every night of the radio play. He was sitting there with a smile on his face, and I'm sure if he had hands, he would clap for us. He would cheer us on. He was so nice and wonderful until one day, after the play was over, we had to strike the entire set. We tore everything down. And my plan was to take him home, take Kel home, to my home, and take him as my prom date. I don't care what you say, he was going to be my prom date. But when the set was taken down, and I was preparing to go home that day, suddenly, I realized something. I had forgotten Kel in the auditorium. I almost started running back as fast as my feet could carry me until someone stopped me and told me it was too late. He had already informed me that he had disposed of Kel. He didn't apparently realize that Kel was important to anyone, and he killed Kel. He killed my prom date. He killed my love. I had just lost the love of my life. We'd only known each other for a short time, but my prom date was dead. The only thing that I have to remember Kel by is one single picture. So the next time you see a helium balloon drifting into the atmosphere, or any balloon lying on the ground, dead and forgotten, remember Kel and the example that he put. I went to prom alone to honor Kel's death at such an untimely time, but I will never forget the legacy of Kel Leck. So that's it for my list. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed learning some really weird and quirky things about me. Again, if you do any of these things for some weird reason, or if you have your own weird things that you would like to share, tell me in the comment section below, and we can all be weird best buds together. And with that, I bid you farewell. See you next time.